Hi there. My name is Victoria. I'm an advanced Wim Hof Method instructor based in Ottawa, Ontario, Canada, where apparently it's minus 12 degrees Celsius right now and feels like minus 20. Doesn't much feel like it when you're used to the cold. Welcome to my guided breathwork video. A couple of important things before we get started. One, I apologize if this gets interrupted by any ads. It's YouTube. And more importantly, we are going to go through some safety protocols, very important, before I get started with the breath work. Most important point is you always want to do the breath work either sitting on the ground or floor or lying down in a comfortable position. The reason is there's a risk of losing consciousness, and if you're standing or you're lying or sitting on a couch, you fall over, that's a long drop. If you're already on the floor, you're safe. For that same reason, we don't do the breath work while driving or operating any heavy machinery, certainly not in the water, because we don't want to pass out in those conditions. Really, any situation where losing consciousness could pose a hazard, we don't do the breath work. We also don't do the breath work if we're pregnant or if we have epilepsy, because we don't know the effects of hypoxia on a fetus, and it's not really ethical to test that. Also, the breath work can trigger seizures in people who have epilepsy. So, not if you're pregnant, not if you have epilepsy, not if you're driving, not in the water, always either lying down or sitting on the floor. And if you have any serious health conditions, particularly cardiovascular disease, if you've had stroke or heart attack, or you're at high risk, or any other serious health condition, consult your primary care provider before engaging in this breath work. So now that we've covered those important points, which are also in the comments, we're going to get started. So I want you to lie down or sit down on the ground. Make yourself comfortable. Close your eyes and just connect to your breath. Before we get started with the breath work, just feel your heartbeat. Try to slow it down a little bit. Feel your pulse in every part of your body. Tune out everything else. Just nice and slow and quiet. Connecting with your hands, connecting with your feet, with your face, with your ribs and your diaphragm and your breath. Just breathing in and out. No forcing, just feeling in and out. And we're going to keep breathing like that. We're going to do 4 rounds of 30 to 40 breaths. And I will guide you through the breath hold and the recovery breath as well. So breathing in and out, in and out. Let your breath flow through you and out, in and out, in and out, in through your nose or your mouth, and let it go, in and out, deeply in, and let it go, in and out, in and let it go, in like a wave, and out, letting the breath flow through you, in and out, in and out, deeply in and letting go, filling your belly and your chest and out, in and out, in and out. Breathe in that good stuff in and let it go. In and out. Deeply in and out. In and out. In through the nose, out through pursed lips, in and out. Deeply in, let it go. In and out. In and out. In and out. 5 more breaths, in and out. In and out. In, out. In, out. Last breath, fully in, and let it go, and hold. Feel that peace. Feel that calm. Letting go of everything else that's been bothering you, that you've been thinking about. And if you have a thought come into your head, acknowledge it, and then let it go. Keep your eyes closed. Don't worry about how long you're holding. Just focus on your feeling. Try to slow your heartbeat. And when you feel the urge to take an inhale, you can go ahead and do that. So let's inhale. And you're going to hold that inhale for 15 seconds. Getting that oxygen back to your cells. And let it go. Round 2. In and out. In and out. Letting that fresh breath just clear your mind. Let it go. In and out. In and out. Deeply in. Let it go. In and out. In and out. In and out. In and let it go. In and out. In and out. In, out. In and out. Being grateful for each breath. In and out. Grateful for every second that we get to live. In and out. In and out. Every second that we get to enjoy. And out. In and out. Breathing in gratitude. Letting go anger. Breathing in love. Letting go of hate. Breathing in joy. Letting go of fear. Breathing in contentment. Letting go of despair. In and out. In and out. In and out. Breathing in that discomfort and out. In and out. The discomfort that makes us appreciate the comfort and let it go. In and out. In and out. Moving into the discomfort so that we can expand our comfort zones. In and out. In and out. 5 more breaths. In and out. In and out. In and out. In and out. Last breath, fully in. And let it all go. And hold that exhale. Feel your heartbeat. Slow it down. Find your peace. And if you find any thoughts coming into your head, acknowledge them. They're there. It's okay. Just focus on your feeling. Focus on your peace and this time that you're giving to yourself, this practice. How blessed are you to be able to do this? Enjoy that stillness. And when you feel the urge to inhale again, let's go ahead and do that. Take an inhale. Hold. And let it go. Round 3, in and out. In and out. In and out. Make that breath like a wave and let it go. In and out. In and out. Deeply in and let it go. In and out. In and out. In and out. In and out. Deeply in. Let it go. In and out. 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 Deeply in. Let it go. In and out. In and out. In and out. Deeply in. Let it go. In and out. In and out. Deeply in. Let it go. In and out. In and out. 5 more breaths. In and out. In and out. In and out. In, out. Last breath, fully in. And let it go. And hold. Remember, when you feel the urge to inhale, you're going to go ahead and take that inhale. This was the last round. I know I said 4 rounds, but we're going to cut it short to 3. So you just keep holding that inhale if you feel like it. And if you feel the urge, go ahead and inhale and hold it for 15 seconds. And then let it go. And when you're done, don't just get up and get back to whatever you were doing before. Take a couple of minutes to slowly come back into your body. Enjoy that peace that you've just created for yourself. Acknowledge any emotions that you might be feeling. Just take some time to lean into it, embrace it. And thank you for joining me in this breath work. You can check out my next video, which is going to be a faster paced version of this. And you can follow me at Stronghouse Coaching on Facebook, Instagram, and also for more info on the Wim Hof Method, check out wimhofmethod.com. Thank you.